Sky blue, the color of the year, presented by Corey Anthony. You can see I got it fixed right there a little bit. I didn't know where that came, but anyway. This is what it came out to look like. All over as a full piece. You see what I'm saying? So you flatten it. You know what I mean? Flatten it. You almost. Hold on, man. This damn thing just blew in my mouth, man. I'm trying to get this picture correct. That flat aspect means a lot. But shout out to whoever the one. That's probably the person playing. There usually is that one person in here. I'm trying to get donations. This is my finish of Sky Blue as the color of the year. This is my second stream this morning. All right, but you can see that we got what Sky Blue meant as far as the color of the year. I said that in 2024, towards the end of the year, I made this quote. I put this tweet out to the world, and this is my results. I got all of this in response. This hairdo that I've been telling y'all about is the kitty girl's hairdo. That's why you see that so prevalent now. You have to pay attention to what's going on with the work. You know what I mean? Even right there. That's the consistency. It's not just Sky Blue. You can see the culture that I'm showing is here. So the kitty girls is something that sparked off the culture of space bonds, leopard print, kitty print, in other words. And this is what you have here now. And it looks pretty all right. You know what I mean? And that's it. I'm just trying to get my, besides that, I didn't get to work on it on camera, you know what I mean? Finish it on camera working because we're moving the things, as you can see. Or I mean, at least my grandmother is. This is to everybody I've been telling it to that I haven't been able to show any proof. But we're in the middle of moving, so where she is, I'm helping her move and stuff. And so my work with Clay as well has been delayed because he stepped on a nail, and I have not been able to work in any form or fashion. I don't know who that one person is. Likely, it's my partner J-Ma, because I know that he has the free time to be here, you know. But I hope that somebody who's watching this stream can take how serious this is. See my Cash App handle here, that I need a Cash App donation. I'm trying to work as much as I can in different ways. This is one form of work right here. And yeah, man, I need a food donation and toothpaste donation. You see what I'm saying? I need that too. I ain't gonna even speak on anything else I need. That's enough. And yeah, man, I'm just really tired of being in the position that I'm in, but this right here marks the beginning of a new color of the year. Indigo is the color of the year. Now, mind you how much I showed you at the beginning of the year that it has already been going on with Apple Inc. Now, some people would have thought it was just a coincidence with me showing and proving that iPhone did that with Sky Blue last year. Now, what do you think if they came behind a second time, which they did at the beginning of this year when I announced Indigo is the color of the year? They already have. I'm delayed. So therefore, I would already be on time. And that's why this spirit has been bothering me, man. It ain't because I'm lazy at all. I swear to God, I could cut myself bleeding, stamp it on every Bible on earth, and ask a God to strike me down if I am lying. I am not lazy, man. I love working on my artwork, and if this thing wasn't in my life, I wouldn't have my work where it's at right now. There's a timely essence to what's been going on. In Indigo, man, if I would have came out with a quick response, you know, as soon as they made Indigo the color of the MacBook Neo, ain't no telling what would have happened. But I do know that the colors of the year are subscribed to the chakras. That's how I'm doing them, at least. iPhone Air came out last year, and they were thinking about coming out with one this year. They said, we're going to skip with the iPhone Air coming out, which was sky blue. You see it right here. This is the iPhone Air, which was sky blue by Apple Inc. That's why I drew that there. All right, so that's made history, actually. Truth is, I might even have to redo this one all the way over again sometime in the future. This is a rough draft is what I'm going to consider that, because it's that value. But it's going to be when I'm done with my project, when I've got my life together, I can revamp things like this. I just have to keep the pictures that I made and make it again later. I have nothing but time on my hands, if you understand. When I don't have a spirit bothering me and things like that, I could sit down and think and clearly and look at pictures for what they are, pay attention to detail. Because every time I put my hand on this paper trying to do detail, I was touched, bothered with, slept, things. A lot of sleep is in this drawing. You're looking at a lot of sleep as an ingredient with this drawing. I mean, look at that. All of that was done while being half dead, man, half asleep. I'm not kidding. I swear on my life and soul, I'm not lying. Seriously, man. Ridiculous, man. Every line. And that's why it took so long, man. I have not been up making it. Shit, anyway, man, it's done now. It's merely done now, and I'm really proud of that. Sky blue was the color of the year, but for last year, but indigo is a new thing now. And I'm starting another one. This is how it's going to go. Because what I'm going to do is put this one in a frame. All right. And if you could, I picture everything ahead in time. I said, you know, because what I'm doing right now is making my art for when my life is good. It's a gallery that I could have inside of my home, or I was thinking of starting my own gallery / museum. Start off at a gallery and elevate to a museum. But this is what it's going, if you could picture what I picture in my mind. All right. Imagine this being put in a frame, and then you got that gold bar that's right there that says that is the color of the year. In a frame, nice thick gold frame. You know what I mean? Royalty looking frame. And then you come with another one, which you started already right here, and you put indigo like I was starting as the color of the year. You see the thumps that thing is put in the paper already. And it'll be a follow-up of this year. I already got girls that are taking pictures in indigo already, but like I say, I'm delayed and I haven't been able to be on it, pressing it, pushing the pic, you know, and all of that shit. So it's been light seeming. But American Idol contestants, I got proof that they were all wearing indigo and shit like that. I'm not playing. Even the hosts and stuff like were wearing indigo. What's the other one? Tracy Ellis Ross is right here. She has a hair company, a beauty company called Pattern Beauty, right? And she came out with Indigo Rain as her first release this year. Indigo Rain. So when I post this, I'm going to make for sure that I tag her. And my next thing that I'm going to hop on is that Indigo Rain thing that she did. I got to follow up behind everything. Because what I'm also going to be doing, since this is it's a chakra thing that this is dealing with, I'm going to be making an iPhone design for the next iPhone Air of 2027. Every year, the color of the year has been going with the chakras, like I said, but the chakras are numbered. The first chakra or base chakra is root chakra, which is 2021. 2022 is the second chakra, which is orange. 3 was 2023, the yellow chakra. 24 is the green, earth chakra. Last year was sky blue. 26 is here, the third eye chakra. Next year is going to be the last 7. All right, and that's the clairvoyance, clear, quartz crystal, clear chakra, and I won't be doing a color of the year. I'm crowned as a king. I've already done it 3 times in a row at that point. There isn't that much more, because it's one thing for you to do it one year and then people could speculate that it was a, being that you got no money and things like that, that it was a, what are the odds? It was a coincidence or something like that, right? So that's why I did it 3 times. I showed and proved that I did lime green as the color of the year, and there are websites that confirmed and went along with that. In 2024, TikTok also made their outro video for 2024 chock full of lime green. Next year, we hit 2026, sky blue is the color of the year. I said it the year before in 2024. Y'all, next year, don't be surprised if you start seeing sky blue all next year. If anything that I'm saying is true, and that's what you saw. And here this year, indigo, I'm saying, is the color of the year, but it ain't been rampant because Corey's been absent. Some piece of shit has been in the way. But now, that's why I said, and I had it in my Instagram bio. It's still there, actually. Watch now. Watch now. Seriously. Watch now. Okay? Because this project that I'm doing, too, is part of me pushing it. It was ladies first last year with the color of the year. I want the ladies to be first. But now it's the man of the year, the man of the hour is trying to prove what the color of the year and why. Because when that project, that big indigo project get done, you're talking about one of the most expensive drawings on earth. And I'm not playing. Something that I know guaranteeingly because it answers questions. And other art doesn't do that. If you can, the Mona Lisa cannot answer questions about National Geographic monuments. You know what I mean? Like the Nazca lines and architecture and stuff like that. Why it's built like it is. Going into mathematics and, you know what I mean, numbers as far as where we even start to keep history. Because if we didn't have numbers, we wouldn't be able to keep history. We wouldn't know when things happen. So it's literally the base of our history system. Numbers. That's why I say they're the root of everything, man. You can't get around it. You ever look up tortured artist syndrome? I haven't, man. I'm going to have to look that up. I ain't going to lie. I thank you for dropping Balanced Truth. Bro, I ain't seen you in a minute. And you've been watching in the background being quiet. I remember that name. I do. Last time you came on here, you asked me about hacking. I remember that. You actually came up on the show one time, too. So, yeah, man, I've been hacked by some spirit at the body. You know, what to do about that, I don't know. But this is what I got going as far as the art. Like I was saying, the color of the year, I successfully made that. All of these girls did this for me last year. I'm not playing. I swear to God, I'm not playing. They all knew about that. Literally. That's crazy. So, I may be in a bad position when it comes to having money and things like that because this spirit has been driving me crazy. I can't work on my artwork timely, get things done in time, so therefore being on something because of it. So therefore, if I was on someone's job, it's hard. And I do have that temp service like job working with a contractor, but he stepped on a nail here recently last week, and I ain't been able to have any work. That's why I'm on here asking for a donation now. So if anybody could help, it'll help with food. That's what I'm trying to get is food and toothpaste for my teeth. Because I ain't got that. But yeah, I strongly have enjoyed working on this sky blue piece. But this transition into indigo is going to be something else. The theme with this year is space. As you go up in the chakras, please comprehend. When you look at this shit, it's literally reflective kind of. And I noted that with my chakra diagram with the numbers too a little while ago. But you got green grass, right? Most of the land that we see is green. Earth, heart chakra, right? Earth is what? Heart, you know what I mean? Green. The sky is above that, or throat chakra, which is blue. Sky blue. If you look at most chakra diagrams, look up the chakras, and you're going to see that sky blue is at the throat chakra. Sky blue. Now, when you look at the rainbow, which is what the chakras are colored based on, it's red, blue, indigo. I mean, red, green, yellow, blue, indigo, violet. Roy G. Bill, right? It doesn't say sky blue, S. Sky blue, indigo, violet. But for what I'm making a point is, when you look up the chakras, I discovered myself just paying attention to detail, they don't use the regular color blue when it comes to the chakras. For whatever reason, they use sky blue for the throat chakra. You can look it up. And then when you get to the indigo third eye chakra, it's more so a blue type of hue. And then you get purple or ultraviolet up there at the, crown chakra. So what I'm saying is, what's above the sky? Space. And that's what's indigo color when you look at the sky out there. So literally you can see that reflective in the system, the world, because what's beyond that? We can see space. We can see that indigo color, but we don't even know, man. You know what I mean? We just don't know. So some sort of the chakras is reflective in us. I mean, our reality. And below that, actually, the earth, the green with the yellow, most of the land is yellow. If you think about it, the caverns, when you look at caverns, seriously, look at that ground that's outside. It's brownish yellow, if you know what I mean. And if you look up caves and things like that, most of them have the icicle looking and they're yellow looking. Now, what's beneath that? If you go down the chakras, you have magma and lava, right? Until you get to the core of the earth. So literally, that's kind of like the the whole chakra system is really kind of like going from the center of the earth all the way up and out. The whole ecosystem that we live in. So it's like you living in the body of something almost. You know what I mean? Pretty wild. Fractal consciousness at that point. So, yeah, man. I'm just sipping this last cup of coffee that I need for right now at this part of the day, up until noon. And I will be looking up tortured artist syndrome because I have not ever heard of it. As you can see, I'm not being bothered with touches right now, but if I started working right now, I'd be going through pure hell every time that I start to work. I kid you. Bullshit you not, this is living night. So I'm going to say I got to find me a different plot. Yeah, that's my other talent is rapping off my brain. I don't got to write nothing down no more. I don't got to write nothing down. I'm trying to be making sense like a mug. I don't know what, and then shit. Man, it's like everything about me got better as far as my, just everything. Inside, internal got better. Software of me got better. The outside is one thing to get confused by. That's because you're dealing with that bitch. But still, at 30 years old, most motherfuckers don't think you're 30. They think I'm 30. For real. Yeah. Especially if I shave my face, people think I'm 18 years old, man. For real, bro. That shit be funny because you still get the young females and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you look, and them the valuable ones. Man, I've been seeing some videos out here, not just to be talkative, boy, but these recent niggas. Yeah, I said that. The young female, and I'm going to explain to you why, because I'm a real nigga. I'm going to keep it real with you. Core into the younger females. These old girls is tainted. They done had all type of mileage, is what I call it, run on them. They done been had dick run through them like crazy. They got bad experiences with men. And they got bad views on men. If you talk to most older females, you can't tell me they're online. Men is men. Same thing with men. We got bad experiences with women as we continue to go and get older. We got bad things to say about women, but the younger you are, the less experiences, bad experiences you got. You know, these young girls, they ain't got as much. I mean, the thing is, if you look at a car, which one got more mileage on it? The older car or the younger car? Common sense, the older car. All right? If a young girl is a hoe, a young female, you know what I'm saying? You talking about 20, 21, 19, whatever the case, legal, you know what I mean, is a hoe or something like that. I mean, that's inevitable. But if she was to get older and still have sex with, I mean, it's only going to increase to her list. But if you want anything that's cleaner, that's what I'm saying. The younger girls is more valuable. Seriously. Because the older you get, any old house is going to be dirtier than a new one, if you could imagine. Old shoes going to be dirtier than some new pair. Old cars, everything old is nastier than something new. Can't nobody tell me I'm lying. And, you know, that's just the truth. It's been used a lot more. And so that's part of what I was showing here is the value of youth, beauty in youth. You know what I mean? I'm glad that I look young. That's an advantage because I'm telling you, these young females, the way that we breeding and everything, man, shit, boy, they fine as fuck these days. Bro, I'm trying to tell they ain't like Beyonce. If you look at the females from, even with us, you look at us and we look different. It was like more of a rounder, so men look rounder, bigger and rounder back then. But if you look at our generation now, it's like we skinny, or like got a slimmer. I don't know how to even really explain it, like a slimmer frame or something to us. Architecture to our build or something is different. But the females, like if you look at Beyonce, man, I'd rather have one of these girls than Beyonce, bro. I ain't lying. These outdo Beyonce. I ain't lying. I'm not fucking lying. Because people was crazy about Beyonce. And I look at a couple of girls on here and I'll be like, Beyonce? She could have it. On the real, boy, you put them side by side back in out there. Nah, I'm good. I'm keeping it real, man. That shit crazy. I love these females, man, because without them, we'll have a hell of a world around us. And how do I know? Look at the prison system. Nothing but men in one spot, and what do you get? So that's why I show love to what I show love to. Because men, the first one who's gonna want to kill you is a man. When to bust your brains out is a man. Straight up. Can't nobody tell me to rob you, roll up on you and rob you, is a man. Can't nobody tell me I'm lying, so I just keep my little distance and keep it on the road, you know, doing what I do. So shit, besides that, what we got in the wraps for this year is also writing another book. I'm just informing y'all while y'all here. I got one book that I wrote about the architecture and my discovery, but I have another book that I was supposed to, I don't even want to really say it, but started last year. And the only reason I did it is because of that spirit. And this book is going to be mathematical. The last one was architecture. This one is dealing with mathematics. I'm kind of covering the different areas of academia so that once the higher ups, even the school board, see my work, because my discovery is something that has to be seen by schools even, if it's going to be used in there. And I'm going to start reaching out to math fairs and everything because I'm cleared up with this work. Once my project is done, especially, I can start reaching out. And so science fairs, math fairs, things like that, I need to be at the top of. And then even publishing my book to where it could probably even become a Nobel Prize winner or something like that because it's one of one. The discovery, you can't write that book or rewrite it. Nobody can steal it because the discovery itself, you can't explain or make that book or explain the discovery without the picture itself of the discovery. The drawing, my drawing. You can't explain that by word, that discovery, by mouth. It has to be drawn out, that fractal. Yep. Tortured artist syndrome. Man, they got something for everything out here. I definitely got to look at that shit. Man. It's a mental disease. That's one thing I know for sure. I can guess it. Really. Some people probably say, why he's sitting in the dark? I use a local light whenever I'm drawing. Oversaturation of light would drive me nuts as far as focus. I can't focus. I like focus light. So that's why it's darker when I'm like that. Don't be afraid to say nothing in the chat. You got 2 other people who ain't said nothing at all. I'm wondering who y'all is. You probably know Balanced Truths, so I could probably guess who some are. I seen him comment and he stayed around. I don't know who y'all is. Woo, man. I don't even want to start. Because if I start, I got finishing strokes to do to sharpen up the image. And man, if I start, that mud start touching on me and shit. Heating hands and shit. I ain't feeling none of that right now. Now, what I just felt is my body got like it left my body. And it just throb. When it don't want me to say something, what it'll do is this. It'll throb like my left hand or my left foot. And that's what it just did. Just like this. Under my foot. The bottom of my foot throbbed. I felt the vein throb like that. Just a couple times and stop. I mean, just responses. Whenever it heats my hand, I could say something, like I'm saying something right now, and it could agree or disagree with it, and on either side, it'll heat up real quick and go down. Right back to normal. I mean, that's the most dumb shit I ever heard of, man. It's something that just sits there and continuously responds to me and tries to keep me from feeling like I'm alone, like everybody else in my own body. I never get to feel solitude. That's why I can't think like I used to, man. I probably have more discoveries and everything by now if I was in my body and mind alone. But I no longer have that, and I don't know if I'll ever have that again in my life again. And I know that most people went through what I'm going through, they'll think of suicide. But man, I don't even think of it. Whenever I do think of it, I don't think of doing it to myself. It becomes a very extremely stressful point. And I'd be like, man, look here. I know damn well this bitch got to be trying to cause me to commit suicide, or I know for sure that other people would commit suicide behind what it's going. Other people would have been the thought of it at the least. But I ain't even thinking of it. That fucker got a long way to go, man. When you got stuff like this to offer, I'm here to tell you. Because if I would have killed myself, I never would have experienced this. The sky blue is the color of the year. And if I keep myself around, ain't no telling what else I got in the future in store. I'm setting out to build a pyramid here in the United States like we did in ancient other countries. For real. That's not just being spoke of. The blueprint is the discovery. The Nazca Sun Star, that's an ancient blueprint from back in the day. Literally. Communicated from the past to now. And here I am, the discovery that I've made now is a communication from now to the future. It's the same thing going on in two different points in time. That is a plan back then for the future. Seriously. That's why it's made in an area where, in the desert, where you need water and things like that. You know what I mean? It deals with the same function because that pyramid is going to clean water. So the Nazca Sun Star is in an area where it's vital to have that type of information and knowledge. Besides that, I don't want to be too talkative, man. I don't know if anybody can send a donation my way, man, because I ain't got one yet. I'm looking now and checking and I don't see anything. I sure don't. No donations at all. Alright. I ain't gonna stay on too long. What's the name? Look, this one. Let me look up that syndrome. Oh, y'all are gone. I just looked up that about the tortured artist syndrome and read up on it a little bit, and I see that it has to deal with the artist, just the notion of the idea that an artist going through something could cause him to make better art. And it don't on my end. It honestly don't. When you're bothered while you're drawing, it's one thing to have something inside bothering you. You know what I mean? But to be poked at while you're drawing, hell no, man. That's kind of like trying to drive. That's kind of like saying you'll drive better if you get something on your windshield or something grabbing your steering wheel while you're driving. You're not going to drive better. It's kind of silly to even think that you're going to start driving better. I'm poked at like that, actively bothered. Something strives to pull your mind away from your art. That's what I deal with. It ain't easy at all, man. I don't know who could say, I ain't got anybody in here anymore now. We had 3 attentive people, but now Balanced Truths probably even left at this point. And, if I could get a donation from anybody out here, man, I strongly need it. It helps me with food. I don't know why y'all okay with, watching people not eating things like that and not have and being notified, but good things come back to you. You never know. They're saying, you had something good coming to you because you did something for somebody else. All right. Straight up. My Cash App is right there. I'm about to end this stream here soon. It's at 30 minutes now, and I don't go over 45 anymore. I try to, at least. Well, it's hard to sit with a correct posture. I'm wounded. Whoa. Dead or alive. Dead or alive. I won't be eating today. You see, I'm already skinny. Some people probably say that themselves. Damn, look how skinny you are. You ain't eating. That's what probably. So it's funny how people make fun of you, goddamn shit. But shit, sit up there and look over your situation. I can't make myself have some work with Clay. The contractor that I work with, he's delayed. I'm gonna stay on here for 15 or 13 more minutes and change until it gets to the 45-minute mark, so that I can try to reach somebody who's considerate enough to send me something. You know what I mean? My homeboy Jeremy usually takes care of me, you know what I'm saying, every time that y'all don't come through. And that's all the time, bro. So shout out to him because it's too much put on him, man. Man. Try to learn this YouTube thing and get something from YouTube. Some people don't look at it like, damn, he could be doing a YouTube thing, teaching how to draw on YouTube or anything. And I just showed my art. I don't know how to get the fuck off the ground. For real. So 17. I've already asked all of my family members too, just in case people wonder that. I've already asked them. Man. I got a very small family. I've got 5 or 6 immediate family members. And they paid, none of them paid too good, you know what I mean? She get paid for best Saturday. Still ain't like that. Just $10 will help. I done seen days like this before, so I'm hopeless. I ain't gonna even have no hope. Straight up. Anybody that wants a Mother's Day portrait as well too. That's to consider. Or Father's Day as well. I ain't never seen nobody struggle with shit as much as I do. I see other people get out here and, hey, anybody that want to, hey, bro, you know what, I like that, you know what I'm saying? Instant business, right there. Got something to offer, instant business. Motherfuckers to see how good your ass can draw, be one of the best artists that they done seen in so damn long. Here they is, yeah. Try to, you know what I'm saying, look over what the fuck your ass doing. Damn shit crazy. Real talk. That's why he has no money in his pocket. A lot of people say that you broke it. The only way that they can talk and say that you broke is if they got money themselves, right? That's the only way they got room. And if you got money yourselves, why don't you put your money where your mouth is what I say to them people. Right? You know, because I got a business that I run. It just ain't a formal business, a business room, a home for the business. It's called me. I'm the business. My business is art. I give art. And so when I do art, I'm doing business. And therefore, I don't know what else people need to understand about that. And I ought to get people to understand. This is the business. This is where the money, the support is supposed to come in. And that is one thing I need to do. I didn't think about that. That's this right here. You see how you got the rays up here? This blue rays and stuff in the background coming from right here. I didn't do it right here on the bottom. Y'all gonna do a nigga like that, man. Watch me starve. Somebody up in here watching attentively the full time too, and they ain't gonna even think like, damn, okay, you know. I see him worth enough to watch, but I don't see him worth enough to send some money, though. And that's where it might be my partner J Ma or anything, you know what I mean? This spirit keeps blowing breath in my mouth, so I have to keep doing it. Yeah, but anyway. $10 is what I need of a donation. That's how I can get toothpaste and be able to get some food. That's my goal is $10. If I could get $5 from one person and $5 from another, out of any of the audience that comes to this video, that'll help. I got only 6 minutes left, or 5 minutes and 20 seconds left when it comes to me staying live here. Because I stay live for 45-minute chunks. After that, I'm gone. Because I don't like a whole bunch of long string over here like that anymore. So besides that, man, there you go. I hate feeling this damn thing in my body, bro. Real talk. Can't think without. Still nothing. Shout out to the people who have donated the most, and that's Travis Curry and Jeremy. That's the only two people that's getting shout outs. Nobody else is donating. Only Travis Curry ain't never showed his face or anything like that. He still goes away to do what he does. So, straight up, I don't even know who he is, honestly, but he is a very giving and caring person, man. And that's what matters to me. Because some of y'all can watch, know what's going on. Some of you think stuff like karma and stuff like that, and I've already explained to y'all, some of y'all is really lost. You really, truly are. And I don't mean anything ignorant at all, because when y'all look at stuff like this and see somebody going through something, first thing y'all think is karma. Now look here, when it comes to karma, that's an action. Coming back on somebody. I've not done this to anybody. So therefore it can't be karma. That's how you look, that's just straight up. An action coming back for an action. Right or wrong, but based on definition, if you look it up right now, a Hindu origin-based belief, which takes it away from being, if you are a Christian and believe in Christianity, you can't be no karma-believing person, because that's the opposite of Christianity. That takes away from God's will and power and puts the power in a system that now punishes people for their wrongs. Understand? So, whatever is going on with this spirit is not karma. If you keep it real, what is going on is it sees a person is extremely powerful. Everybody can't come out here and just say, with no money, like people are saying, you ain't got no money, you living with your grandma and stuff like that, and all of this crazy shit. Can't just come out here and say sky blue is the color of the year. Don't you know that your president probably couldn't have succeeded in doing that, probably? Because there's so many different people that hate him. You get what I'm saying? Some people probably wouldn't even roll with the damn president, but when I said that shit went out here and every damn near girl got with it. Just like this leopard print, this kitty shit, Hello Kitty, that comes from it. And I tried to tell y'all, but this is the proof behind it. Because Indigo with Apple Inc., they already let the color of the year for this year, they already follow behind just like they did with iPhone, with the iPhone Air. With the sky blue I got drawn right here for 2025. They're following what I'm saying and putting out as the color of the year. And I'm using that to help y'all understand that I came out in 2023-24 and let people know about an anime proposition that I had to make an anime for black women, like you have the comics here in the Americas with Superwoman and stuff like that. I said I wanted to put on for black women, and I said it would be perfect if I took the women and gave them the cat powers, like jaguars and leopards and cheetahs and shit like that. Since you got the Justice League that has different powers, is what I was thinking like. I said it'd be cool if you had a league of women, superhero women. Because we always see men, but something that's solidly a group of fine-ass, kick-ass women is what I wanted to do. I said, I know that that'll keep people attention, for sure. I mean, Dragon Ball Z was one thing. But that's where I said, if you got fine female, ain't no people, it's gonna be hard for dudes to take their eyes off of this shit. That's kicking ass already. That's also going into a storyline that's teaching about the world's problems. The pyramid that you see here, that's why it's there. It's dealing with the storyline that I got in my head coming out. In the anime, there's going to be the pyramid that I'm talking about building in case I died or anything. And the anime did actually go big, which it has a stream possibility, it would be there visible. People could still see what I set out to do. They could still see who the fuck it came from. And nobody could take that away from them. Because if they love the kitty girls, they're going to know who created that. If the pyramid is in there, it's going to be hard for anybody to take that away from you. Straight up. On a double, besides it being copyright already. I already copyrighted. But that's just insurance even more when it comes to it. So at the end of the day, this shit crazy. Where this shit could end up. Because that leopard print, what I'm getting at, that you see being worn, or kitty print, and that's why Hello Kitty is being worn by grown women that never wore that shit when we was young, when we was in school and stuff. I don't know if y'all thought about that either. Grown women that's 30, 40, even 50 years old is wearing Hello Kitty. And when we was in school, they didn't wear it. Just 20 years ago, they never would have thought of Hello Kitty, nothing. But now kitty, everything matters. Cat, kitty, leopard print, big cats, kitty. And I said the kitty girls, bro. Is what the fuck I named the anime. The kitty girls. And so when I put that out here, you could imagine when they started to look for that anime because the idea sounded so fucking dope. You can't find it because I ain't put it out here. I don't want nobody stealing my shit. It needs to be copywritten. You understand what I mean? You draw out the design and you copyright the design of what it's to look like, the character design. Like Goku and all of them from Dragon Ball Z had their own style. That way, once you put it out here, if anybody tried to, because they see it's so dope and the sky blue, you put it out, it's so dope, they want to do it. The lime green the year before with TikTok, I'm not TikTok, but yeah, TikTok, yeah, there you go. Yeah, they are literally hopping on my ideas. I'm not crazy for shit, because some people would think this nigga crazy, right? But shit, you can go to iPhone, Apple Inc. right now and see sky blue as the color of their most recent models. Not even just last year, but this year even. That's how impactful it was. Even websites that said that sky blue was the color of the year for spring and summer, and some the full year. Websites that follow behind it said sky blue is the color. I shouldn't be able to have that, man. It's one thing to say that shit, but people want to say, okay, so what are your sources? Is how a lot of argumentative people, what sources do you have to prove that sky blue was the color of the year last year? And I got some. I shouldn't have any if I was crazy. And so indigo, there you go. I've been delayed. I still been stuck in 2025 working on this. But once I'm here, now that Goku, when he got out of the superhero, because that's what I function like, as a superhero. When Goku get back and he out of that chamber that he was in, that's when everything changed. That's when everybody is excited. That's when the party is on. That's when the energy is uplifted. For real. That's when all the amazing, cool shit started happening. And that's what the fuck this bitch been in the way for. Because if I was on time, people would have been like, what the fuck? Apple just came back behind, dude, again. Because what I was going to do was the first week without this bitch there, finish this, and come out with the actual, first I'm coming out with the group of the kitty girls, because it's 5 of them. You got 5 different cat powers that's going to be used. 2 of them is going to be twin cheetahs, because the cheetahs are not as big and strong as the other cats. So I said I'm going to give the cheetahs twins. Make 2 of the girls like sisters, twin sisters. That's just what I chose to do with the storyline. One of them going to be a tiger. That's Britt. She got the stretch marks. She got the big booty. She got the power. At the end of the day, is what that is. For real. Because if it wasn't for her with the original Kitty name, I got to question what, I don't know. Because she literally sparked off the thought of Kitty for me. Her username was Kitty. And so that's what inspired me to think of the cats and the women in the first place. Plus another girl that she looked like had leopard print for her OnlyFans header. And that also, I was like, okay, both of them wearing the cat. I said, okay, it'd be dope if I came out with an anime about superpowers. And I started thinking of the name, and the Kitty Girls came up. And I said, it's kind of whack sounding at first. But then it stuck with me. Literally. The Kitty Girls. With a Z on it. Like Dragon Ball, to give condolences to Dragon Ball Z. Add style to it. You know what I mean? So what I was going to do is draw all of the first 5, which was going to be a tiger, 2 twin cheetahs, a leopard, and a jaguar. And that was going to be the introduction to the real kitty girls, the real life kitty girls, so people can know, you know, where this inspiration even came from. And then after that, I was going to come out with the actual design for the kitty girls, a coffee written design. Straight up. On the rear. Cool, fun stuff, man. For real, bro. I got a heck of a career. And it's fun, just like it's not touching on me right now. And I need to show this video footage to the females that follow me on that, on their page. I just don't like how ugly and out of character I look. But golly, man. I could sit up here all this time and chatter like I'm doing, but as soon as I start to work, and I hate this shit, bro. My mind, it's responding right now vaguely with the left hand, with heat. I hate this shit. It makes me think that one person that was just in here was it. Anyway, y'all, I've passed the time that I'm supposed to be on here, so peace out to y'all, man. Peace out.